Yeah. They're so cute. Hi, Daniel.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hold a second. Is that thing on?
Yes.
Okay. You better hurry up. I'm fixing to tell stories and I need me some eyes right close. Matter of fact, I need some victims.
Try.
Who's going to help me out on this story? I see some young'uns.
I'll be
Oh boy. Oh boy, I might have known who that'd be. Give me some audience here for Pittman Center Stories. We'll get started on, I hope, a lot of Pittman Center Stories this afternoon. I can get around here. Don't do me now. But when I finally got to move here, you can turn it on now.
You got it on.
I got set down right next to Ellis Prophet. I mean, he was my neighbor. Well, he's a woodworker and you need to buy his stuff, but he is also the guide to the mountains. And he warned through by telling his own experiences. That's the best way to warn the young ones. He said, Faye Burke, I'm Faye Burke, storyteller. He said, Faye Burke, I was walking up on Timothy Creek. This big old black bear got after me, run me up this big old pine tree. I pulled me off two of them pine knots, plumb down out of that tree, beat old bear over the head till the pine rosin run down my arm. Old bear run off. Next time I was up on Timothy, that same old black bear got after me, run me up that same old pine tree. Grabbed me off two more pine knots, plumb down out of there, beat old bear over the head till the pine rosin run down my arms. You know what that is? That's that gooey stuff that comes out of a pine tree. Now the third time that old bear got out of me, I whipped around on him, stuck my hand down his open mouth to where his tail joins up to his body. Ellis told it to me. He said, I grabbed a hold of that tail, jerked old bear inside out. Now, old bear, he can't see where he's going. He's running backwards. Bumps into that same old pine tree, pine rosin just pours down on him. And after that, that old bear didn't get after me no more. Thank you very much for Ellis. What we're hoping to do is start a video archive of people like Ellis who grew up here in the mountains, and particularly those, well, of course, in Pittman. This is a Pittman Center project. But those who got pulled out of the park and displaced, I was especially interested in them because how in the world could they subsistence farm, which was hard for anybody back in the 20s, but on top of that, they were doing it on a slope like this. How did they do it? And I would ask Ellis, and he'd say, look up there at Greenbrier Pinnacle. Don't you see the fleeker benches? Well, of course, I couldn't see anything but woods up there. But that was the terracing, where they made the fields up there on this slope. And he would say, you know, it's so flat up there, water ponds up. There's pools, ponds. The more he told me about the fleeker benches up on the top of Greenbrier Pinnacle, the more I asked other people about it. Tish Husky Morris, for one. And Tish used to go up there and spend the night with her friend up on top, up at Fleeker. Here he is, finally. I just told him the bear's tail for you. Where you reach in his mouth and grab his... verification.
Turned him wrong side out. He went back up the mountain.
Yeah?
I can't get it.
No, well, you're too late on that, but if you'll sit out there, I'll tell you what I put together from all the stuff that you and Tish and all the others who...
I've got one I got to tell you.
Okay, that's exactly what I'm here for, is to get them going.
You all...
Maybe we can get you up. Come around front, it might be easier. All the way around. This is a dream come true. They'll say no. You can climb up on this side, Faye.
Paul.
Yeah.
Paul.
Hold that
Paul.
front part. Hold the front part.
Paul. Paul.
This is Ellis Prophet, woodworker. His woodwork products are over there. Guide to the Smoky Mountains, particularly this whole end of the park. Storyteller par excellence.
I wouldn't even say like, come here, Paul.
Ah, and the best neighbor you could ever have. Ellis Prophet. No, you're fine.
It, did you all ever hear about Jose? Anyway, this little Mexican boy, all his life he wanted to see the New York Yankees play ball. So he saved his nickels and dimes up. Just he got up to the gate, they closed the gate though. He said, I'm Jose from Mexico. I would like, all my life I'd like to see the Yankees play ball. I have come a very long way. Well, they said, we've got only one place that you can climb. He said, I can climb very good. Well, it's on top of the flagpole. You get up there, you can watch them play ball. So he got up there and he got back to Mexico and they all knew he was going. And they asked him how he liked the New York Yankees playing ball. He said, oh, it was very good, but that ain't what I got a kick out of. He said, before the game started, everybody got up and looked at me and straight at me and said, Jose, can you see? I can see every word.
Help. Where are the people who were doing this a minute ago?
Ask for
The Hills Creek bunch.
Hills Creek Saints.
Thank you.
Yeah, for Gary Schultz.
Yeah, Gary Schultz, where are you? Alice,
Oh, this will embarrass him to death.
tell him about
No.
the painters.
My man.
No. He always starts out that way.
Hey, Daddy.
And we're not talking about the painters who paint a house.
We're talking about boogers.
Boogers! And he doesn't mean this kind of boogers either. What kind of boogers you talking about?
That kind of
No,
thing.
you know, some boogers. Some boogers walk on 4 legs.
Yeah,
Some walk on 2.
yeah,
Some crawl on their belly like a snake.
yeah. That's right.
Boogers is anything in the woods that's gonna get you. That's what Ellis taught me.
Up and up your nose.
I can't think of it.
Yeah.
You know the painter that jumped on a man right out here when he was catching the fish? Oh! Well,
Woo!
I know one of over in Cage Cove jumped on my back, and he was Spence. Gregory told me about it.
Talk up.
Well, now you're getting one of them say.
Well, join the group.
You interfering.
I know it. I know it.
Well, anyway, he knew that thing was going to jump on him. It kept getting closer and closer. He run for dear life. Anyone knows where Spence Field's at, that's where he's at. But he got his button knocked out. That's all he had. Gregory attacked him. He stabbed it and it fell off the bed. And he almost died. He cut all to pieces. He jumped right on his back. That ain't been about 60 years ago.
You had a painter up here on Timothy Creek.
Yeah, I lived with him up there. Lived in Pitt.
There was a pet. Can you hear?
What's a painter?
What is a painter?
A panther.
Oh. And how they sound?
They just sound like a booger. You ever hear? I don't know.
You remember when I asked you, weren't you cold? You know, if you go up the Timothy Creek path, you come to that old chimney. He used to live in that house, and he said he didn't get to sleep in it where the fireplace was. He had to sleep out back in a little off house. Well, one time you had to go from the main house out there, and
Yeah, it was across the porch. That's the time the booger like to go in.
and those boogers that are called painters scream like a woman in the night. Ellis just got out of the hospital not too long ago. He's a sport to even get up here. He taught me everything. He keeps bees as well. And one time he called me on the phone. Called me on the phone and said, you want to see me move a swarm of bees? And I ran out, and he had them. They were hanging like sorghum, like molasses, off of a branch. He climbed up the tree, sawed off the limb, carried the swarm of bees over and stuck them in his hive. Never had a thing protecting him. And he said, why didn't you get that on videotape?
You all ever hear about the little boy, the revenuers drove up in his yard, and they asked him, said, where's your parents at? And your brothers and all that. He said, oh, they're up in the woods making moonshine. He said, well, man, said, I'll give you $5, tell me where you're at. He kept standing there and he said, no, I ain't. Give me my $5. He said, I'll give it to you and come back. He said, no, you go up there, you're not coming back.
He said, that's a one-way trip. Yes. After the park moved folks out, Ellis's daddy was what was he called?
State forester.
And the state forester was supposed to keep the you-know-who's from burning the woods down.
Yeah, every time he'd see smoke, he'd go running to the far. He's usually over up there Web Mountain. He'd fall all over that mountain, from one end to the other.
But when he'd see it close enough, he could holler. When he'd see some smoke coming up.
Oh, they all know to go. They'd meet him down there and they'd go together.
I was thinking about when he'd see a fire that was just coming from a still, he'd holler, oh, he'd holler, keep your fire down. I mean, you had to make enough money to put the shoes on the feet in the winter. Let's give him a big hand and we'll get more out of Ellen in our video project that's coming up. Yeah, a lot of help, a lot of help. Wait a minute, he's got a good one.
Right over at the end.
Good. Because it's going to help you get off. Good. Where did that Zenith Whaley go? I caught his eye a minute ago. Zenith Whaley?
Go back here.
All out call for Zenith. Come on, Zenith. Go get him. They say, hey, Zenith, you come up here. Where he grew up. He'll show you the rock up there at the head of the, what's that, the Porter Creek Trail. And, is that better? Worse? And it was just a pencil-lead little line in this great huge boulder. You'll see it if you go look at in the river right there. It's now 16 feet apart, but that shows how old he is. He was 10 years old when he measured it. Every time there was a great storm, he would measure it. It'd be a little farther out, a little farther out. And he can sing to you in the graveyard there of the Whaleys in Greenbrier Cove. Okay. If I don't have any more victims, we'll do another painter story. How about it? I need somebody pretty sturdy for one.
He'd lean up on that porch there. He'd come put our feet out from one another. He'd roll up one of them old Prince Albert. Get that old ship out there. Boy, it'd be far enough before it ever got up to a cigarette. He'd sit there and stand there and he'd smoke. Well, I'll run around the house and he'd just about finished with that old Prince Albert. And I said, hey, Daddy, I said, you know, I just come from a path down there to Spring, you know, and there's a big old spider down there in the web. And you know what Grandpa told me? And he said, well, what's the spider do?
Traffic down through there, ain't no place too hard to go.
Really?
Turn out Copeland Road and turn around and come back.
Yeah. Timmy.
And he'd get up and then he'd walk out on the back.
We had a chess game there. Well, I teach you, then I teach you. Bridget! Just kick my butt. We started.
You got me down between your legs, and it's like a mason jar.
Well, I'm glad that you made it up here, and I always remember what you told me when I asked you to come to talk with you.
You all can do it too while you're waiting. Take it off and stick it on the forked stick. So he didn't have any extra string, so they'd put it on a forked stick. He threw out another Grandpa's worm, threw out another, Pulls him up another what? Brookie trout.
Brookie trout.
Puts it on his forked stick. Well, he does it one more time, and he hears thwack, thwack, thwack. Yeah, thwack, thwack, thwack. He looks this way. He looks that way. See, you look that way. Yeah, he don't see nothing. Throws that out again. Pulls in another brookie trout, puts it on his forked stick, throws it out again. This time, he hears it a little bit louder. Let me hear some help on this. Thwack, thwack, thwack. This time, he jerks around this way, jerks around that way. Still don't see nothing. Throws out again, pulls in another brookie trout. He's got fish down his arm now on this forked stick. And this time, it's real loud and close. Don't hurt yourself, but go thwack. Come on, thwack, thwack. This time, he's too scared to turn. He just cuts his eyes this way, cuts his eyes around that way. Just kind of look out the side of your eyes. And you know what he saw? He saw, hunkered down on the big old grayback on the edge of the river, that painter. And he's like your house cat who's fixing to pounce on a mouse or a bug. Not a muscle moving except for his tail. And hits a going thwack, thwack, thwack on that rock. You think you could do that? Let's see you stand up a little bit and go thwack, thwack, thwack. All right. Well, Painter Bill, he's so scared, he drops his fishing pole, but he holds on to that fish. And he's going to take one giant leap over there. You get back now. Over there to the edge of the river at the very moment that the painter takes a leap onto this very rock. So when I count 1, 2, 3, you leap and you leap, okay? 1, 2, 3. You're going that way. Jump and you jump this way, this way, this way. You're jumping onto this rock right here. And, of course, you are running now. Just play like you're running. And you're running this way. You're trying to get away from that painter. Just stay right here. Just run in place. And you jump right over here onto the edge of the water. And now you're running right after him. And Painter Bill, he knows, play like you're still running, both of you. He just knows that he's not going to be able to get away from this painter. What's he going to do? What you going to do? We'll take a... What?
Hide.
You do what?
Hide.
Hide. Good idea. You got any ideas? What can he do? What can he do? What's something he can do? Keep running. He can't outrun this one. What? He could... She's got you beat all over the place. This little one right here says, throw fish at it. After all, it's the fish that he wants, right? Okay, so now, are you going to throw all the fish on your two-forked stick, or are you going to what? What are you going to do? Throw one at a time. Oh, we got a smart bunch here. That's the Pittman Center School's teaching them that. All right, you take that fish off, and you throw it, and look here. You're just like a house cat. You can't deny going back and looking and seeing what this thing is. Throw it real hard. Way down the back. And back you run. You just have to. Now, when you get over here, you're going to sniff it up. Let me see you go. Lick it up. Gulp it down. Boom. Oh, good. And then you run back. Of course, Painter Bill, turn around now. Don't go off the stage. Why don't you come in a little bit like now and turn around and run. You running in place. And you got ahead. You've gotten ahead of him. But here he comes. He's catching up. Well, what you gonna do? How you gonna keep him from getting you this time?
Hide.
Hide again. What else do you think? Throw another fish. Okay, take another fish off. Throw it way over. And you have to run back because you're so curious. And what does he do? Let's see you do it. Snip. Yeah, but you have to do it. You have to go. Let's see, everybody sniff it up, lick it up, gulp it down. And back he comes. And so you have to what? You have to throw another one. Oh, and he throws another. And there's all this running back and sniffing and licking and what? And gulping. That's right. He's working his tongue. And he's back over here. And finally, after he gets down to one fish, you don't know because you wasn't up there. But he knows that if he throws this last fish, he has just enough time to get to the little old lady's cabin that's not too far. So this time he throws it just as far as he can, and you go way to the end of the stage, and you're licking and sniffing and gulping it down, and while you're doing that, you go jump up on this little old lady's porch, and you knock, and you say, "Let me in, old painter's about to get me."
Let me in. Peter's got to get me.
All right. Hurry, say, hurry, hurry.
Hurry, hurry.
You're A+. Okay, here's where you come in. Now, we need a little old lady. Which one of them should come be the little old lady? Oh, the little old lady has got, do you want them to be it or you want to be it? You want her to be it? Okay, come on up. Oh, we got a ham. Now look here. You give him some room here. Little old lady is sitting over there, and you're pounding on the door. Little old lady's got arthritis so bad, and she gets up so slow, and she gets her cane, and you're saying, "Hurry, hurry!" Pound on the door. Oh, and you get to the door, and you lift the latch key, and you bang into the door. You come crashing in, and just turn around and slam the door in his face just as he's coming up into the door, and bang, it hits him in the face and knocks him over, fall down. Oh, whew, good work. Now you get up, holding your head, and you say, I may not be the hero of this story, but I ain't dumb. There's more than one way to get into this house besides the door. Say, I ain't dumb.
I don't know.
All right. What's another way he can get into this? Yeah. Well, they're all shuttered tight. That was a good idea, but the chimney, they always come down the chimney, don't they? And this really happened up on Timothy. Ellie said, now look here. You're going to go bound up on the shingles and shakes, and then you're going to get up there. Let's see you bound up and get up on the chimney and look down it. Everybody make a chimney and okay. Now, you're gonna holler like your house cat does. Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Cut. Well, that scared. You think he's not scared, but he was scared. He didn't have any hero left in him. He can't think of another thing to do. But the little old lady, she says to herself, I'll not have that painter sooting up my house. She looks around the wall and spies a string of red peppers a-drying on the wall. She jerks them off of there and dashes them into the fireplace. No, down here, into the fireplace. She's so exuberant. And it lights up so fast, and what happens to the smoke? Would one of you like to be the smoke? Who'll be the smoke? Okay. Well, come on. You just come up. Here, yeah, here we got one. Oh, come up here. Get down and go. Ooh, you're the red. See, that's why she's got on red. It's gonna go. Ooh. All that red pepper smoke is coming up. Now, everybody, make your face in the chimney. Put your chimney around your face, and all that smoke comes up into your eyes and nose, and it stings and burns. And what do? You're gonna scream like a woman in the night. Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Well, that painter, he takes 2 somersaults backward and 3 cartwheels off of the roof and lands on the grass below. You think you could do that? Don't think you could do all that? Well, how about you just jump off the edge there? You reckon you could jump off? Yeah, that's good, that's good. And start running, 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 running. And that's the last that we here in Pittman Center ever see that painter again. And that's the story of Painter Bill and the little old lady who's the real hero, and that's the part I love the best. Thank you very much. Thank them. Big hand clap.